welcome to the mix, and on the mix we have Lady V, and now Lady V is talking about, some different situations. As you know, she was talking about in the last video about Mr. Ansem. So today she's saying that people, don't get the chance to redeem themselves from whatever it is that they have done. And the Bible said, that he who has he who has no sin should cast the first stone. And therefore, she was talking about many situations where people have not been redeemed, and people have dragged them down and whatever. But she's saying that everybody deserves a second chance, and you could go ahead and go catch the video, because when Lady V speaks, she always has some interesting topics. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and thank you so much for making it the mix.
For know what God say. God say, he without sin cast the first stone. When them bring the liquor whoring, all that prostituting woman come put on in front of him and say she do this and she do that. Him did know say men are hypocrites because of them sleep with her, no come call her that. If nobody named sleep with her, she couldn't be that. Who know? Who them people around here, Nashan? Who know? Yes. We have a way of not allowing people to live their truth. We have a way of not allowing someone to redeem themselves. So, because Miss Jane daughter go to jail, she's nobody after the day she go to jail. Because Miss Ting son did go to prison, him and nobody after time did go to prison. In a over eye, full of eyes. But in a God eyes, he's still who God created. God still love him or her and is willing to clean them up. Him never come after the people who are nice and clean, who sit decently and cross their legs and have good posture and speak well and is very articulate and know how to use their knife and forks and all of that. He never came for them. He came for the people like you and I. He came for the people them like Tenil. He come for Kerry and he come for Sharon and he come for Fly Girl and for Val and for Marcel and for GT Prince. And them type of people that the God where we know about did come for. Because you know who those people are that I just called their names? They are sinners and they are not ashamed. They're not ashamed, right, Marjorie? You're not ashamed. Sybil, you're not ashamed to say that you're a sinner. And you have sinned and you have come short of the glory of God. He come for people like you and I. People who did have sex before we did married. People who did sleep with people's husband and still asleep with. Yes. People who did tell lie about other people make them go to prison. Because they didn't get the pay what they want. Yes. No people in that prison were in there for something they don't do. But somebody say, I know about it and I see it, and some people in prison and serve time. Why you think me not believe in death penalty? A lot of people get put away. And 25, 30 years after I realize the right person come along and say, I know in them and me. That's why I don't believe in death penalty. I believe in life sentence. Make it happen and suffer. If ever it come up one of you, we will find out and you will come out. Yeah. We are too quick to judge and to condemn. God not condemn nobody. When God search us and try us, he look for one thing good in us. And if he can find one thing good in us, he will save a nation. When he came sometime before to a place, what did he say? If I can find one good one, I save everything. God always looking for the good in us. I'm so grateful that God died for me. Because the old wretch, this whole wretch, couldn't get in. if grace wasn't free. So I'm so grateful to God that grace is free. Can you imagine if the friend and company something? How Lady V, I forgot go hell, because me no in a nothing. Me no join a force. Eh? Can you imagine how Andrea Gray, Tamara and Harleen, I forgot go, because we don't know the right links? Brad, it's been a long time I haven't seen you. I thought you stopped loving me, Brad. Brad, what kind of thing this? Brad, at 2 years, me no see you nothing from you. You say you did love me so much. No, sir, I no so love God, Brad. Anyway, Brad, you've been replaced. I found another guy in Jamaica, and that guy is awesome. So, me just say that, Brad. Because me not go to Jamaica for 2 years now, but me just still say. Brad, well, go on. You're going to spend a long time. That's Jean. Now, let me tell you something. People are going to come and say all sorts and kind of things. When they say these things, do not let it worry you. I'm going to tell you, a girl at 16, unmarried, finds herself pregnant. Bring the baby in this world is a sinner. She has committed couple sins right there. All right? A woman that is grown like me and TT, adult. Whole people like me, I would like not get teen, man. Who would have forgot God help because we're not connected to the right people them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a grown woman like me and the TT. Because me have to see a Brad, you can't hide me, you kind of light and bright. And you look good and you stay good. I must say, how are you, brother? So, the people them like me and TT were grown. And if we get pregnant now that we don't have children, TT have her 3 kids and I have my 2. And we say we nobody want none and we have an abortion. We are the same thing like the little 16-year-old girl. We are sinners. We commit a couple sins right there. What makes it any different? We never hear what you say now. They say one of them was a child and one was an adult. So the adult should have known better. I say? Oh, I'm still in love with you. I never left. I was stone I go flick in the comment section tonight when I said nothing. Sometimes you would say a person is pregnant and feel like they don't want to have the baby. Society standard bash them so they can't openly do what they want because they don't want a baby. They have the baby and they can't bond with the baby and they start to suffer something you call postpartum depression. Don't know how much of you know what that is, but if you do know, is when you go into this deep depression after giving birth. And it's post because it's after having the baby. Pre is before, post is afterwards. Like with your phone, if you have a prepaid phone, you have to top up your phone. Where you put credit on your phone. If you have a postpaid phone, you pay your bill after. And those people who suffer from that kind of depression tend to sometimes hurt the child. And they will at times pardon them, saying it is postpartum depression. While if a woman did just see a woman, didn't go that distance, but walk into a clinic and say, I want to do this, maybe she could be in trouble. Maybe she could be in trouble. Now share the life, please. If I'm not share it, share it now. The one you never long. So, I want to say this. The person who gets in the vehicular accident and go to prison is a convict. Convict means you've been convicted. The white-collar criminals who shove paper and forge signature, convicts. The man who raped is a convict. The man who M people is a convict. And the man who is a trafficker is a convict. They are all convicted felons. Some people were young, stupid. Some persons were led astray. Some people get caught up. Some persons went with the wrong crowd. We are not going to dissect how you got there. What we are saying, you're a convicted felon. You were convicted for a crime and you did time. With that said, you do not have the right to say, I went there because I stole 250,000, but you went there because you licked down one 3-year-old across the road with your car because you not pay attention. Or you went there because you did scrape or because you did this, or you don't get that right. I always say, look in the mirror before you look around you. Because when you look in the mirror, you see yourself, you see what is in front of you and what is behind you. That is what you see in the mirror. You don't get a chance to bash a person because they sin differently from you or they went to prison for something different from what you went in there for. You don't get the right to bash a person who been in prison for something else when you're in there too. Whether for one shorter time, for one longer time, or for one different crime. Prisoner, prison, prisoner, prisoner. Convicts are convicts. As some say, I'm not taking it back. Sinners are sinners. As some say, I'm not take it back. This life tonight is not for the clean people and not for the squeaky clean people when I know trials and struggles and tribulation. It's not for the people who live at the address where they used to live. If you used to live at 114th Street, Broadway, and at there you still live now even though you move to Queens, this life is not for you. I want to say to you tonight, from both an informed, educated stance and from the stance of a human being that is non